Hey kids, it's Robin Robbins here, founder of Technology Marketing Toolkit.com, with another question I get a lot about telemarketers, setting appointments, hiring that right person, what results should they get? And this is a question that came in that I'm just going to read to you. I'm not going to tell you the person's name because you'll see why in a minute. It talks a little bit about some performance of his staff, and I don't want that to become public. He hasn't given me permission, and it really isn't important anyway. So let me just read the email that came in. It says, "Hey Robin, I have a question. I hired an appointment setter and quickly realized that she was not going to be able to grasp the overall appointment campaign process and that she wasn't going to be able to book appointments, so I fired her earlier this month. That being said, I gave the task of dialing to my marketing manager, who knows the process very well. In fact, we built our process together, and I'm starting him with 50 packages per week, just started last Friday, and he's not the fastest when it comes to making phone calls, and that has me a bit concerned, and I plan to bring the volume up from 50 packages a week to 75 to 100 packages per week. I would like to have him book at least 5 appointments per week. I don't think I'm asking for too much. Am I being realistic? Can he book 5 appointments per week if we're sending out 100 packages every Friday? What quota should I hold him to? I need your help badly. My biggest fear is what if he's unable to produce those appointments? He does a lot for me with your campaigns and toolkit, and I'd hate to have to fire him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but one person should be able to handle the role of marketing and dialer, correct? So here's the problem you're running into. First of all, if you've got a good marketing person, you do not want to have them making phone calls unless that's specifically what you hired them to do. So I see this a lot. It's a big mistake a lot of business owners make. They want to hire that Swiss Army knife. They want to hire the person who can do the marketing, answer phone calls, get the newsletter out, do the blogging, make appointments, call the appointments, clean the list. They want them to do everything. And I understand why you want to do it, because hiring 5 people is not an attractive proposition when you're starting out, especially if you've not hired sales and marketing people. But here's the thing. If you're going to hire an appointment setter, you need to hire somebody who's done that job before, likes to do that job, and is good at that job, who has gotten results in the past. You do not want to hire a marketing person to be a marketing manager and then say, hey, by the way, I want you to make these phone calls and set appointments, because they're wired differently. That's not what they wanted to do. And when you give that job to somebody who's never done it before, who doesn't like to do it, who didn't sign up to do it, it's really unfair on them, all right? Because marketing people have to be a lot more attention to detail oriented, more project management driven. They're not salespeople. That's why they're in marketing. They don't want to be in sales. So you don't hold them to quotas for setting appointments and closing sales like you do a salesperson. So, and what you're risking here is you're risking losing what sounds like a really good marketing person who set this process up, who knows how to clean the list, who can set up the campaigns, hopefully run your CRM. So my advice to you is, do not make your marketing manager make phone calls. Do not make your admins make them. Don't make your techs make them. If you want somebody to call, following up on campaigns, to set appointments, hire somebody who knows how to do that, has done it before, and has done it successfully. Not somebody who's a good talker, not somebody who you think can be good at it. And this is a problem I see so many businesses getting into. They hire somebody for one job, but then they spring on them, hey, I want you to do A, B, and C while you're at it as well. And then they fail and they lose a really good person because, in this case, the results that you're asking this person to do, the reason he's probably slow is because he hates doing it, is not good at it, has never done it before, and he's reluctant to do it. Okay. So the next question I want to address is the results. You want 5 appointments per week with 100 sent out. So that is just so you realize, that's a 5% response rate. That's a pretty damn good response rate. For us, we get about a 6%. So for every 100 we send out, we're getting 6 appointments. But you got to understand that we are hyper targeting the list. This is a list that we've mailed and marketed to for years before. Our campaign is very tightly message to market match, meaning that the testimonials, the language is all specifically for an MSP. We're giving very specific testimonials from other MSPs. I've got very seasoned people. This is a very tight process I've been working on developing, improving for over 4 years now, and I'm getting a 6%. If you're just starting out, I think 5 appointments out of 100 is going to be I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I'm going to say it is definitely on the high end of expectations. A more realistic would be a 1, maybe 2% response. So if you want 5 appointments, you're going to have to send out anywhere from 250 campaigns to 500 per week. Now, could one appointment setter handle that? Maybe 250 is a lot for them to chew through. And it depends. Are they cleaning the list or is somebody else cleaning the list? Because if they have to stop and clean the list, that's going to slow them down. Are they sending out the shock and awe after they set the appointment? Are they confirming appointments? That's going to slow them down versus just dialing. Are they having to send out the campaigns? Hopefully not. They're just dialing the phone. That makes a difference. Are they using a dialer? Do you have a CRM and a dialer that dials the phone and automates them, allows them to pre-record voicemails and drop those voicemails? Or are they having to make the voicemail and drop it every single time? That's going to slow them down. Because even with us, with all of the with the dialer technology that we have, the most our appointment setters can really truly manage and work per week is about 200, and that's at the high end. More like 125 to 150 is kind of more in the range of what they can handle. And again, they're not cleaning the list, they're not building their list, they're not sending out the campaigns. We're using a dialer. We're automating the voicemail drop, which is not like a voice. Don't misunderstand me. It's not like we call and it's like that robo dialer. It just allows them, when they get to somebody's voicemail, they click a button and it drops their voicemail into that. Instead of them having to say it. That speeds them up a bit. So we have a lot of automation, and even then they're at 125 to 150 net new every single week, okay? So you expecting one person to do 250 to 500 is probably a stretch, okay? If you want 5 appointments per week, then, you're gonna have to maybe get, maybe 2 people, or maybe you don't need 5 appointments. Maybe you can dial that back a little bit and look for maybe 2 or 3. And you have to also know, it sounds like you're just getting started in this process. Whatever you do now, you might only get 1 or 2, but as you make the process better and the list gets better and the campaigns get better and everybody gets smarter, then your results are going to go up. But starting out, I'd have a little bit lesser expectation of what is possible for one person or a team of people to do. So hopefully that was the answer that you're looking for. And please don't lose this, what sounds like a very good person in your company, by making them do something that they really weren't hired to do, that they're not good at, don't want to do. It's not their fault. So anyway, hope that was helpful. And if you have any additional questions, please post to the comments around the video here, or write into the office and let me know your thoughts, your opinions on this, and what other questions you have.